Hungary just had a celebration of its nation's birth in the form of St. Stephen Day. St. Stephen was the first king of Hungary. This was around the year 1000, and the government is actually justified on the crown of St. Stephen. So how did they celebrate? They had big festivals all day long. I was just in Budapest. It's a beautiful place. And then at the end, they had these drones fly up into the sky and create an image of the Hungarian coat of arms, then the crown of St. Stephen, and then, this is what was controversial and crucial, pun very much intended. The drones dissolved and formed into a cross. The cross of Christ in lights in the sky to celebrate the nation's identity, which is part and parcel of the excellent prime minister over there, Prime Minister Orban, saying that Hungary is not a liberal democracy, it's an illiberal democracy. And what he means by illiberal democracy, he says, is Christian democracy. We're a Christian nation, a Christian democracy. What's so amazing, you're going to hear some libs screech about fascism. Oh, it's fascist. Everything I don't like is fascist. Not only is this not fascist, obviously, not only does this have nothing to do with fascism, not only is Viktor Orban popularly, democratically elected, so they say he's a tyrant or a dictator, he's stolen elections, complete BS. Not only is Christianity not synonymous with fascism, the fascists were actually rather opposed to Christianity, but this is the sort of thing that we did in our own country not so long ago. There's a picture from 1956. Rod Dreher just pointed this out on Twitter. Picture from 1956, Easter Sunday, New York City. The three big buildings, big skyscrapers, all have their windows, the lights turned on to be crosses for Easter Sunday. All three, like the three crosses on Mount Calvary. This was New York City, 1956. And in 1956 in Hungary, the communists had taken over and Christianity was quashed. Christianity was suppressed by that officially atheistic regime. And Rod made the point. He said, what was unthinkable in Hungary in 1956 is happening today. And what was commonplace in America in 1956 is unthinkable today. What a switch that is. I was thinking about this the other day because Xi Jinping, the supposedly communist dictator of communist China, came out and he said that he was not going to give stimulus checks to his people because he didn't want to get hooked on welfareism. In America, we don't go more than 5 minutes without sending people stimulus checks and manipulating our currency and getting people hooked on all manner of welfareism. I think what a bizarre time it is when the supposedly communist dictator of China is more capitalistic than the United States. What a strange time it is when Hungary, under communist oppression, officially atheist for 45 years, is more overtly Christian than the United States, which was founded to be a model of Christian charity, a city on a hill, founded by people who call themselves pilgrims to be a Christian nation. What the hell happened? Right now, text Knowles to 200-300. For most homeowners, window replacement is not something they've done before, and for many, it isn't something that they want to do, but rather something they have to do. If you've put off replacing the windows in your home because they're too expensive, I've got great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and a free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, a company that I've known about for a long time because my cousin works for that company, and I forgot about that until the other day. Renewal by Andersen's signature service is committed to giving you the best customer experience possible through the perfect combination of the best people in the industry, a superior process, and an exclusive product. I'm a big fan. When we're talking about stuff with your home, get the best. Get the best. Renewal by Andersen will hook you up. It's offering a free in-home or virtual consultation on top quality, affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. Text Knowles to 200-300 for your free consultation to save $375 off every window and $750 off every door. These savings will not last long. Check it out by texting Knowles to 200-300. That is Knowles to 200-300. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details. Before we move on from Hungary, I was very impressed by Hungary. The final objection that people are going to make to a big cross in the sky is they're going to say, well, what if you don't believe in Christianity? What if you don't believe in the rainbow flag? I don't believe in the rainbow flag. I believe in the rainbow, which is a sign of God's promise never to destroy the world again in a flood. But the rainbow flag is something else. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's true as a matter of human nature. I don't think it's good as a matter of virtue. And I think that pride, which it represents, is the queen of all vice. So I'm quite opposed to the rainbow flag. Barack Obama lit the White House up in a rainbow flag. Joe Biden just put not only the rainbow flag, but the kind of terrorist rainbow flag, the really threatening one with the and the BLM and all that kind of stuff, put that right in the center of the White House portico, flanked by American flags, an obvious violation of flag code, to say this is our sacred symbol. All cultures are going to have sacred symbols. In Hungary, what they say is, I heard this from the mouth of the government ministers. They say, look, we don't really care what you personally believe. And they prove it too. The Jewish quarter, for instance, in Budapest is probably the nicest Jewish quarter anywhere in the world, including Israel. Beautiful, vibrant, really nice, fun bars, second largest synagogue in the world. So they obviously are quite tolerant of people who have other religious views. But they say, but as a political matter, we're a Christian country. The country's justified by the crown of St. Stephen. And so that's, as a political matter, that's what we're going to order our country around. The cross stands still as the world turns. It's the axle on which the world turns, okay? And that's going to be our national identity. Our national identity right now is a bunch of fruity rainbow flags and people doing all sorts of decadent, vicious things. That's not good. But you're going to have a symbol either way. What's it going to be? What are we going to light up in the sky? To what will we pay homage and declare our loyalty and obeisance? Speaking of our brave new world, Cuba has just taken a major step toward a cashless economy. Cuba, which makes sense, it's a tiny little communist island nation, so they've got a lot of control over the economy there. The Cuban government just said that entrepreneurs can no longer take out more than 5,000 pesos in cash. That's $20. Businesses can no longer take out more than $20 a day in cash, which is going to force the businesses to do their transactions electronically, which is going to give the government a greater ability to spy on the citizens and figure out what kinds of things they're purchasing, control black markets, obviously, but also to control what goods are being legally purchased. If they don't like that Cubans are buying too many beans, they'll shut down that. If they don't like that the Cubans are buying too many cigars, they want to ship those cigars off to more lucrative markets like in China, they're going to shut that down too. And this sort of thing is coming to the United States. There's a push for a digital currency here. You saw this during COVID. This was one of the convenient consequences of COVID lockdowns for the liberal establishment, is that there was a coin shortage, you remember? So, sorry, we just can't take cash. I guess you're going to have to pay online, and then we're going to have to see your bank statements, and then we're going to have to shut down your money. Political dissidents have had their banks shut down. You saw this with Nigel Farage in the UK. It's not just in the US either. In the UK, Nigel Farage, major opposition leader over there, was debanked because they don't like what he does. They don't like his political activities. After all, that's the man behind the Brexit. That's going to happen here. So what are we going to do about it? We should resist it. We should definitely resist it. But it's most likely going to happen. Our individual use of cash is not going to stop this. Our cultural coming together through civic associations to say we're going to use cash, it's not going to stop it. We need a political solution. This is where the politics is downstream of culture thing falls flat. This is where the libertarian dream that we can all just act individually and that will reshape the political order comes up a little bit short. This is happening. This will happen. Short of political action to stop it, we're going to have the cashless society. Even with political action, we might have it, but that's going to be the only shot we have of stopping it. Now, the political action will be spurred in part by individuals gathering together in various cultural ways. The Biden administration couldn't push the vaccine mandate until enough Americans had voluntarily taken the vaccine that it had a significant base of political support that the remaining people wouldn't be able to cause too much trouble. That's true. It's a complex interplay of features, but we need a political solution. And it's a nice sign in the GOP that the top candidates all recognize that fact. And the candidates who might be more inclined to get rid of the government or not use the hand of the state or whatever, they're all polling in the single digits right now. Boy, what a great clip that was, huh? Now make sure you get all the clips and the episodes and the long interviews and the games by subscribing to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.